Hey guys, I did a little shopping on Sephora.com the other day and I thought I would do a little try on haul with you guys. I thought that would be fun. I purchased a bunch of the new Makeup by Mario stuff. I have some of his blushes. I got a highlight and a bronzer. I did also purchase the new Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette that looked really pretty, and I watched my friend here, Glam Girl Chelsea. I saw her review of it and she loved it, so I was really excited to get it. And then I did also pick up one of the new Gucci lip liners in the shade Rouge, and I also picked up, now this isn't new to me, but one of their satin lip colors in Agatha Orange, which is one of my favorite shades and just perfect for the spring summertime. So I thought we would try all of this on together. I do have some foundation and concealer on. All the details for everything will be down below in my description box. But let's get started with the cream blush from Makeup by Mario. All right, what exactly did I get here? Okay, I got two of the Soft Pop blush sticks, and that's what we're gonna try first. So I got the shades Raspberry and Soft Coral. Let's take a look at Raspberry. Here is what the packaging looks like, really pretty. And it's a click close. Oh, there's a brush at one end. I was wondering why this was like jiggling. I was like, that doesn't seem very secure. So there is a brush at one end. I don't think I realized that. And then here is Raspberry. Look at that color. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. So I don't know if I'm gonna use the brush. Well, we'll see. I'll leave it uncapped. But I'm gonna go ahead and twist some up. You can twist up and down, which is great. And I'm gonna start by using my finger. Ooh, this seems pretty pigmented. I didn't mean to pick up that much. Let me just tap. I don't have any powder down because I wanted to see what these were like first. Oh, pretty. Okay, nice. Very pigmented. There's still a lot left on my finger, and I feel like I have enough on. I can put a little bit more on just so you guys can get a better idea of the shade. In real life though, I'm starting to look a little clown-like. But I think in the video you'll just get a better sense of the shade. Ooh, so that is Raspberry. That's really pretty. So that applied very nicely over just my foundation. Again, I don't have any powder down, but I think I'm gonna put some powder down on this side and try the other shade just to see if this formula works okay over powder. I'm a big fan of putting cream products over powder. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it helps it just kind of stay in place. I don't know that I'll ever use the brush that's included. This one feels a little dense. I feel like, I don't know, I prefer like a finger or a lighter weight kind of, not lighter weight, like a fluffier kind of brush. I feel like that would work better. Something like this Refer 05 brush. I feel like that is always kind of my preference when it comes to blushes. So I probably won't be using the brush on that side. Anyway, let's move on to the other color. I got Soft Coral as well. And let's take a look at Soft Coral. Ooh, beautiful. That is such a beautiful summer shade. Okay, I am going to apply some powder first. I have the Tatcha Silk powder sitting out here. So I'm just gonna use this and just going to apply to where I'm gonna put the blush. Okay, yeah, everything is really set down. Let me grab the Soft Coral and I'm just gonna use my finger again and just tap right on my cheek. All right, so there is the soft peach applied. Ooh, so pretty. So this feels like it has set down nicely. It hasn't like set down to a powder finish or anything like that. It feels nice. It doesn't feel goopy or slimy or sticky or anything like that on the skin. Really nice texture. Very just kind of smooth. I feel like the finish of it is very skin-like. And then on this side with the powder, let me just take a close look. See if it moved any of the makeup underneath. I don't think so. I think it looks great. All right, so those are the two cream blushes from Makeup by Mario. I did also purchase two of the Soft Pop powder blushes. So I got the shades, Creamy Peach and Mellow Mauve. And we're just playing around here. So I think I'm probably just gonna put a little bit of the Mellow Mauve over the Raspberry and then some of the Creamy Peach over the Soft Coral. But anyway, here is the packaging for that. White plastic again. And oh, very mellow. I don't feel like it looks very mauvey at all. It actually looks more just kind of like a pink, like a soft pink. So these blushes are a pressed powder formula, and they seem to have a matte finish. So let's see what these look like on the skin. Like in the pan, they look like they may have like a satin finish, but when swatching it, I feel like it ends up looking a lot more matte. So I am curious to see what it looks like on my cheeks. I'm just cleaning off my blush brush right now. Oh, pretty. You can really see it right there on the apples of my cheeks. Okay, the color is very pretty, and I feel like the pigmentation is like right in the middle. Not too much, not too little. That's very nice. I am more of a sheen lover to my cheek products. This is a little on the matte side for me. This is also the side that I just put that powder down. Let's take a look at the creamy peach on this side where I don't have the powder, and maybe it won't look quite as like matte as this side. So, creamy peach, same packaging. Ooh, so pretty. And again, this looks like it has a little bit of a sheen to it in the pan, but when I swatch it, it looks pretty matte, and I don't feel like it translates in the swatch at all. But let's go ahead and see what it looks like on the cheeks. Ooh, again, really beautiful color. Lovely pigmentation. It is blending out really nicely right on top of this cream blush. So if you want to use both, I think they work really nicely together. And I see more of a sheen on this side. So yeah, maybe it's the Tatcha Silk powder that I put down that kind of like mattified this blush, because on this side, this creamy peach definitely has much more of like a demi satin kind of finish. It doesn't look quite as dry as this side. So not a surprise, but it does affect the appearance of what you put on top of it. But this looks really, really great. And I like how this applied over the cream blush. All right, thank you, Makeup by Mario. More blushes to add to my ever-growing blush collection. All right, let's jump back to the bronzer. So he also came out with some bronzers, the Soft Sculpt bronzer, and I got it in the shade light medium. The light looked a little too light, and the medium looked a little too dark. So I went with the light medium. Packaging is very similar to the blush. It's just larger. So here is the blush, and here is the bronzer. Ooh, very pretty. So just FYI, the blushes made in the US, the bronzer made in Italy. Okay, so this bronzer is definitely a matte bronzer. Again, I prefer sheen to my products, but every once in a while I don't mind a matte bronzer, especially if everything else I have going on has a sheen to it. It's not so bad. Not so bad to kind of balance it out a little. All right, I've got my big, fluffy, dense Refer bronzer brush. Ooh, I really like the tone of this bronzer. It's hard to tell because the blush is already down, but over here, it's very neutral. I don't sense any like orange tone. I don't sense even like, it's not too red, it's not too orange, but it's also not too cool toned, you know? I don't sense any gray in there. It's very neutral. Yeah, it's very, very neutral. Nice. And like I said before, this is definitely a matte bronzer, but I don't feel like it looks like dry and powdery at all. Maybe it's more of like a demi matte. You can actually see it in the pan. It looks like there's a little bit of a sheen to it. So far, loving all of these Makeup by Mario products. I think I look sufficiently healthy. Let's move on to the highlighter. So I also purchased the Soft Glow highlighter in the shade Pearl. It is described as a silky luxe highlighter that melts onto your skin and creates that effortless back from the beach glow. So it says on the back of the box. This is the same size as the bronzer, same packaging. This is made in the US, and oh, interesting. Okay, I just opened up the highlighter and I was like, oh, it's in the same compact as the bronzer, but it's a much smaller pan. So I was just looking at weights and stuff and wondering why they didn't just put it into like the blush compact. So there is 12 grams of product in the bronzer, and there is is that right? Okay, 12 grams of product in the bronzer, 4.53 grams of product in the highlight. That's so interesting because it doesn't seem that much smaller. And then in the blushes, there's 4.4 grams of product. So it is a little bit larger than the blushes, but not by much. Let's get on to applying. So again, here is Pearl. Looks like it's a kind of creamy French vanilla kind of shade. Got my Wang #1 brush here. Maybe that's too big. All right, I've got my Sonia G mini cheek brush. This is a much better size. Ooh. Ooh, and I love the tone of it. There's like a little bit of like a peachy undertone. So it looks nice and warm on the skin, not too like cold and bright. Ooh, this is very pretty. Well, all of his products are applying really nicely. You know, they're applying like the way you would expect them to apply. There are no surprises, none of the pigmentation in any of the products. The blushes, the bronzer, the highlight is like, whoa, like you have to be careful with that, or you have to build it up a lot. Like all of it is like very easy to use, very, very easy to use. That I can say for sure about these products. Wow, awesome. I'm so glad I picked these up. I wasn't sure. I was like, should I go for it? Should I not? And I was like, let's just try it. Let's just try it. So those are the things I got from Makeup by Mario. Next, I want to play with this Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, but let me go ahead and put on some brows. And yeah, and then we'll be back to play with the palette. All right, so we've got the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, and I believe this is his first eyeshadow palette, right? Yeah, he's come out with bronzers and blushes, but yeah, this is his first eyeshadow palette. So very, very exciting. Packaging is really, it's very Patrick Ta. It's rose gold, very shiny. Plastic case here. And we've got 12 shades here. We have 2 cream shades, and then we have 10, I guess, pressed powder shades. And then these 2 cream shades have this really great plastic protective lid over it, which is wonderful. So let's do some swatches here. I'm gonna do all of the powder shades first, and then I'll do the 2 cream shades. So I'm gonna go across the top, and then the bottom row has 4 mattes and then this satin shade. So first we have Exquisite, Legendary, Lavish, Opulence, Abundance, Scandal, Mother, Absolutely, Transition, Divine, and then here are the 2 cream shades. We have Lady and then Woman. And this palette was made in the US. All right, I'm on the Sephora site because I'm trying to figure out how to use the cream shadows in here. I probably won't be using the cream shadows too often. I mean, unless they completely blow me away. But I would probably be reaching for this for the 10 other kind of like pressed shadows. It says, let's see, versatile eyeshadow palette that contains 2 luminous cream bases, velvety mattes, iridescent, metallic, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Suggested usage. Using a brush, apply creams and eyeshadows and blend as desired. Each shade can be worn alone or layered together for optimal depth and dimension. Layer and experiment with applying the bases all over the lid to the lash line to intensify a smoky eye, or to the crease to add depth. Top with shadows like the velvety mattes or the transparent pearls. The possibilities are endless. Okay, looks like they're really sort of encouraging you to just sort of play around with everything. That seems very exciting. All right, so I guess I will start with some of the cream bases. All right, I've got my Sonia G Worker 3 brush. I'm gonna go into Lady, which is the lighter cream shade. Picking up on the brush really easily. I didn't have to like go in hard at all. And I'm just lightly sweeping it all over, starting at the lash line. Okay, wow. That applied really, really beautifully. The texture of this cream shadow is really nice. It's not too creamy and it's not too stiff. You know what I mean? I'm just picking up a little bit more and adding a little bit more to the lash line area. Really working it in there. I like the light wash that I was able to get. I was a little bit afraid that I was just gonna end up with kind of, I don't know, like a real like deep kind of smoky eye, because it does look pretty deep in the pan, but you can apply it in a really light way. The cream base is applied. I'm gonna start with this matte shade here. That is called Absolutely. I don't know if it's much deeper than the cream base, but I'm gonna try and use that to just add a little bit of dimension to like my outer corner and my socket line area. All right, I've got my Esom S33 brush going into Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's a little bit deeper. Interesting. I'm not used to applying powder shadow over like a cream base, and so there's like a little bit of like a drag with the brush, but they are playing really nicely together. This is neat. I applied it pretty high up there. I just kind of kept blending and blending. I just kind of kept going. I've got my Esom W21 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Exquisite, which is the shade right up here. And this is a beautiful sparkly shade. So I'm just going to add this onto like the outer corners because it's also like a rich chocolatey brown. Ooh, that just got real smoky. These shadows are beautiful. Wow. So I think I want to try this peachy shade next. It's called Opulence. And it's it's like one of those shades, it's like a little bit soft in the pan. And it has, you know, a little, well, you guys saw in the swatches, but it has like a little bit more to it than like just one of those like translucent toppers. But I picked some up on my finger, so I'm just going to use that and press that. Wow. Press that onto my lid. Ooh. And so far, not one bit of fallout. All right, I've got my Esom S31 brush. I'm just gonna go into the deepest matte shade here called Scandal and just line my eyes with it. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed at how easy it was to create like a really like smoky kind of evening look. I fully was not prepared to do a look like this today, but it was just easy. It was so easy. I feel like one of those Patrick Ta models. I mean, you know, as like close as I could get to a Patrick Ta model. I guess what I'm trying to say is the eyeshadow palette is just, it's very him. It's very in line with like his look and the looks that he does. And I think if you're a big fan of his work, you're gonna really like this eyeshadow palette. Wow, that was so much fun. I really liked adding that cream eyeshadow step in. I really didn't think I was going to. That base really made it so easy to do like a very kind of like soft, smoky look. I'm really happy, really happy with this eyeshadow palette. All right, let me curl my eyelashes, add some mascara, and then we'll play with the Gucci lip products. All right, now for lips. Oh, I'm so excited to try this out. So Gucci came out with new lip liners a little while ago, and I just was able to order it. So I got the shade Rouge, which is a color I'm pretty sure I don't have in my collection. It is that reddish orange that I love so much. And I picked up Agatha Orange, which I've been wanting to pick up for a long time. And I picked it up in their satin formula. So this is the one that comes in the all gold packaging. Look at that color. Oh my God, I think it's gonna be great with this eyeshadow. Well, it's a lot more orange than the lip pencil, but I think that'll work. Let's try the lip pencil first. And this is one of those wooden pencils that you have to sharpen. Oh, does it come with a sharpener? No, it did not come with a sharpener. Okay, no matter. I have a gazillion sitting in my drawer. Ooh, very soft pencil. Let's put on the Agatha Orange. Wowza. You gotta really like orange if you want to try this lipstick. This is no joke. Oh, I love the Gucci satin formula. So pigmented, as you guys can see. And it's just really comfortable. It doesn't feel heavy on the lips. It's moisturizing, but it's not like oily or anything. It's just really comfortable. Another successful try on haul. I am really, well, I love the lipstick. Let's just get that out of the way. I love the lipstick. I love the color. I'm so glad I got it. This eyeshadow palette, I'm still just sort of like looking at my eyes like, I can't believe I just did that. Little old me, I can't believe I just did that. And the Makeup by Mario stuff, very nice. Very nice. I really like that highlighter. The tone is really pretty. And the blush sticks, the blushes, the bronzer, the tone is also really nice. He really got the tones really nice for these products, I'm noticing. Like that bronzer, perfectly neutral. That highlight, I love that like slightly peach undertone to it, so it just looks a little bit more warm, blends into the blush beautifully. Also, the blushes too, really gorgeous. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.